mystery fabric game where we identify textiles. This is our textile for this week, our mystery textile. As you make your guesses as to what this particular textile is, please feel free to comment in the section below or write it down for your own edification. This is our lovely textile here. You can see how much of a soft hand it has. It has more stretch side to side than it does up and down. You can see some of the holes from the tentering. It's very soft and light hand. Slightly fuzzy to the touch. But no real pile to be seen. It's very short staple fiber. Let's do our crush test next. So I'm going to take this up and we're going to crush it in our hand for a short period of time here. You can see here that it is not wrinkle resistant, but it doesn't wrinkle dramatically in any real way, and it doesn't really hold on to it terribly long either. It's got a very nice soft drape to it. Alright, we all know the drill at this point for our lovely burn test. I'm going to go turn off the light so we can see this a little bit better. Fire. Okay. So, take a look at this. As it approaches the flame, it doesn't pull back at all. It lights on fire quite readily. Does not self-extinguish. You can see it kind of smoldering there. Smells very much of straight up paper and gives off a very fine light gray smoke. I'm going to let it on fire one more time so you can see it not pulling away from the flame. It's finely extinguished there. It has no hard edges. Look at that again. As you can see, no hard edges there. Doesn't shrink or pull away from the flame at all. Here. It'll just melt, but it lights on fire very readily. It does not self-extinguish. There you can just barely see that light gray smoke that you waft towards your nose. You don't want to sniff that directly. No burnt nose hairs, thank you very much. I'm going to take a look at this. So, we have very soft edges there, nothing hard whatsoever. That gray and smooth ash, kind of light and feathery. Here we can see the structure of this particular textile. You can see all of the evenness on this side of all of the loops that are interlocking there. It's very telling that we have uniform loops on this side of this textile, and I'll show you the other side in just a moment as well. And here you can see it backlit, which can help a little bit with seeing the structure of this particular textile. This textile is resistant to dissolving in a 100% solution of acetic acid at 20 degrees Celsius, at 100% acetone at 20 degrees Celsius, also resistant to hydrochloric acid at 20% solution and at 20 degrees Celsius, sodium hypochlorite at 5% solution at 20 degrees Celsius, as well as xylene at 100% solution at 139 degrees Celsius, as well as dimethylformamide at 100% solution at 90 degrees Celsius. But what finally gets it, what finally dissolves it, is a 70% solution of sulfuric acid at 38 degrees Celsius. This textile has absolutely terrible thermal retention. This textile has good abrasion resistance. This textile does tend to snag, and occasionally you can get runs. This textile has very, very poor light resilience. It tends to yellow as it oxidizes and deteriorates. This textile has good elastic recovery, although the fiber itself is just moderate elastic recovery. It's got very low resilience, so it's not going to put up much of a fight for whatever you put it into. It has a tenacity of 3.5 to 4 grams per denier, and its lack of difference between its tenacity dry and wet makes it quite strong to launder. So this particular fiber puts up quite well with being heavily laundered. This textile has a 1.54 specific gravity and has extremely high absorbency rate, being able to take up to 27 times its weight in water. So here we can see some of the fuzziness of the staple fiber sticking up above the actual structure of this textile. And you can see quite clearly here the kind of twisty nature of this particular fiber. You can see the convolutions of this particular fiber. So here you can see a fiber of this staple fiber sticking out. Each of these fibers is about 7/8 inch to 1 1/4 inch long, which means that it's probably the American variety rather than the Egyptian or the Asian variety of this particular textile. You can see here kind of the sort of kidney shape this would be in cross section. But you can see quite clearly there the convolutions of this fiber twisting around.